Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to EarthBound. This is going to be part 11. Last time we started in Threed, we had a party of 2. We were already making progress in the world. And now, yeah, we did a little bit of a step back, you might say. We're back at the party of 1. We're back below level 10. And that is because we are playing as Jeff now. The character that needs to save Ness and Paula from their ghosty prison back in Threed. He's slowly leveling up, something he needs to do, because before he's able to actually help Ness and Paula, he needs to be strong enough. And this little side adventure in Winters, we need to use in order to train Jeff and become battle ready, in order to say that he's worthy of entering the party of heroes. Let's continue with that. We need to move all the way south in order to complete this adventure. And in the meantime, engage as many enemies as we can. Get to at least level 10. Hopefully even more than that before we reach the end. Oh, and it reminds me, now that we're working on a new member, there's something that you might notice that is actually a little bit different. Because of Jeff, just like Lloyd in the first game, not being able to use magic, he actually has a different second option. He does not have the PSI option, like Ness and Paula do. Jeff has an option Spy. And that is a unique option to him. If we actually use Spy, we can check out enemy stats. Jeff is a nerd after all, so he knows everything about everything. If we use Spy on an enemy, this will happen. It'll say its battle stats, but more importantly also says what his weaknesses are. Like in this case, PK Fire and PK Freeze, like the dialogue said. So this option you can actually use in order to try to get strategies against enemies. In this case it won't help us, because Jeff does not know PK Fire or PK Freeze. He does not know any magic. But of course Jeff will eventually get himself to the party, and then you can actually use that. For most enemies I already know what the weaknesses are, so in my case I can actually skip that option, but just saying that is something Jeff can actually do, to replace the fact that he is of all the party members the only one without magic capabilities. But he can still help, in a good way even. Nothing secretly hidden here. This is just an empty tent. If you move further south we can actually find out why these tents are here. As you can see, there's people here. Apparently there's something to do here. They don't have these binoculars with them for nothing. There is something to see. And if we talk to them, we will find out it's actually about Tessie. A monster that actually lives in the lake apparently. Something one of the kids in the dormitory also talked about. And this is apparently that lake where the legendary Tessie should be living. I feel like I'm catching a cold. Oh, there's also a throwback to the first game. If you talk to people who have colds, you can actually get a cold yourself. Luckily, not in this game. There's a phone here, so we can actually save the game here. Jeff actually calls a laboratory instead of Ness's father. Unlike when the game actually thinks that you've been playing too long, then you do get called by Ness's dad. Awesome. So, let's move on. This Tessie is obviously something we're going to want to take a look at. Because besides the lake, we will actually find out that this is a dead end. There's no pathway actually going around it. Some of these tents can actually also be used to heal, because I'm pretty sure this guy is a cook. He can actually also give you some food, and therefore heal you fully. Yeah, indeed. He will offer you some stew, and if you accept, he will also say it's for free, so it's a free heal. Oh, and apparently it also functions as a hotel. He also immediately starts sleeping. Yeah, Paula, we know. We know we need to go south. Oh, and we also fix our first broken thing. The fence spray we now have. So we can also talk about how that works. As you can see, if your IQ is high enough, certain broken items can be fixed into a regular item and therefore something we can use. The broken spray was useless, but after sleeping we can fix it into defense spray, which we can use during battle to increase the defense of a party member. It will last for multiple turns, but you can only use it once. This is basically an item to actually show off how the broken item system works. Ooh, and it gets daytime. And wind is blowing. Remember what the guy said who had the cold? If the wind is blowing, Tessie will show up. So, if the rumors are true, Tessie, the legendary monster, should be nearby. Let's go see if we can actually meet it. But I'd also like to meet the photographer again, because he also appears here. The moment the wind is blowing, you can actually get to this location over here to find yourself another photo opportunity. We've got plenty of those by now, but we're still not done with them. The first photo for Jeff. Awesome. He also gets into the album. Now let's move on with the story. If we move to this little peninsula now, the moment the wind is blowing, we will find a whirlpool in the water. And it's the monkey's turn to shine. Give me some gum, now! I'll take care of everything. Yeah, look what we have here! The monkey knows how it works. So, if you ever find yourself in Scotland again, at Loch Ness, you know how to actually lure Nessie from this point on. This is not Nessie. This is his little brother Tessie. But we are looking for a Nessie. Back in Threed, our little Nessie. Interesting how the Loch Ness monster actually gets referenced in this game. And the main character of this game also being called Ness. It's probably not a coincidence. But the reason why you want to summon this creature is because it is a ride further south. The lake is dead end otherwise, but now we can continue. We've barely even started with our adventure, and we're already using legendary monsters to cross lakes. Jeff is proving to be quite a hero. So, thank you. And I love how the monkey was actually standing on his head. Reference to Dory in Mario 64, where you also need to stand on top of her head in order to move her around. It's probably where they actually got the idea from. I never realized that Super Mario 64 actually has something that is based on EarthBound. Or at least I think I do. The next step in our adventure is this cave over here. Because as you can see, the short route is blocked off by a pencil-shaped statue. Remember those things? And also remember how there's an item that can actually take care of them. However, that is not in our possession, of course. Ness actually has that. So for Jeff and this little goat over here, we need to go the long way around. This dungeon has no entrance fee. Come on in. Ooh, a dungeon? And apparently it is called Brick Road. Interesting. Sounds like a weird dungeon. Welcome to my modest dungeon. Brick Road. Somebody apparently wanted to create a dungeon. And that he did. It is in all honesty pretty easy. It should be, because we're still low level, so... Let's go face some more enemies in order to increase that level. Mad ducks actually appear here. Comparable to the bat enemies, they're actually really stupid enemies, so they should not actually give you any trouble. As you can see, this guy only trips over. Making it super easy. Oh, that is interesting. He disables our PP. Apparently he does not realize we don't have any PP to begin with. Stop attacking my magic power, I don't have any. You're facing the wrong guy. And this guy actually takes way too long to take out. That's what you get for missing constantly. Awesome. But he is enough to level up. Level 5. I'm aiming for level 10 actually, so I'm not really on schedule, but still. Insectite spray. Item that works on insect enemies, to take them out in one hit. But I'm pretty sure we won't find any of those in Brick Road, so... Let's instead face a familiar foe from a little while ago. Rowdy mouses also appear here. Remember to actually beware their critical hits. Because they can do that a lot. The monkey's not really helping because it only does 1 HP of damage. Jeff can do a little bit more with his pop gun. Next present. Bread roll. That I'd like to keep actually because I have weak cookies. And the bread roll is more powerful, so I can replace it. Yeah, this mini dungeon is more than just enemies and a maze. It also has a lot of items we can pick up. And in fact, sometimes the items are in fact enemies. Like these worthless protoplasms, for instance. By far the most simplistic enemies you can find in here. But still, they're worth the experience points. Let's go take them out. Usually 2 attacks should do it. Unless they start dodging again. Jeff is not really doing too well when it comes to his accuracy. But there we go. 2 regular attacks from Jeff indeed is enough. Let's go right first because there's present. And I know this one is not a worthless protoplasm. This is an item. Broken iron. Let's keep that with us because we've learned if Jeff is asleep, he can fix broken items. But I'm pretty sure this one actually requires a higher IQ. So that one we cannot fix quite yet. Higher level required. Watch for falling materials. Falling materials? Oh, that's what you mean. It's a little bit far-fetched to actually call this guy material, but still, he is falling indeed. Jeff's second picture. And not the final one, so. Let's engage another duck. Who still seems to be in the assumption that we have magic power. Idiot. Oh, he finally attacked normally. Took him long enough. But yeah, he also has regular attacks, as you can see. He's even almost killing me. Monkey's getting too weak for this point. He's not really doing anything anymore. So we need to compensate that by doing it ourselves. Level 6. Dead end. But here we do have something. Croissant. So let's heal ourselves. Something we need to do anyway, so. 35 HP. And let's pick up another type of bread. The croissant. And let's continue to the next present. Oh, which is not a present. Should be near the end right now. Yeah, there's still one more present left, so allow me. This guy should be quickly taken care of. And what do you have for me? Oh, stun gun. Yeah, that I definitely don't want to leave behind. That's a better weapon. Already our pop gun is out of commission. We have something better. The stun gun. So let's pick it up. And let's equip. Unfortunately, we don't have a vendor here, so we're forced to keep the pop gun with us for now. Only at the store we can sell the old one. So, we have reached the end of this mini dungeon, which was way too simple, so I am not impressed, Mr. Brick Road. Way to go! Please come back again. Brick Road. No, I don't think I will. This place was way too boring, way too easy. Oh, and he's here actually. Maybe it was too easy? My name is Brick Road, the dungeon developer. I've devoted my life to making dungeons. Well, combining my skills and Dr. Endenuts' intelligence, I can become Dungeon Man. The first combination of human and dungeon in history. Let's meet again once I've become Dungeon Man. Would you like to get a good night's rest? Oh, this guy's also a hotel apparently. Thank you. Take care, come back again. Well, if you're indeed trying to create dungeons, this was not a bad attempt if this was indeed your first one. But let's be honest, it was not worthy of a gaming dungeon. You need to do better, Mr. Brick Road. You need to do better. Let's just move on, further south, through these caves. Here we can actually find a new type of foe. Not really new, but for Jeff it is. Attack slugs also appear here. Jeff can also engage them now. And even for Jeff, with his new weapon, they are no problem. There we go. Higher levels, better weapons. Jeff is already starting to become a powerhouse. Not being able to use magic, but he is still strong enough. 2 slugs now. These guys have low defense, so they're definitely really easy to take out. 1 hit is enough. Can do over 60 damage to these guys. Easy mode. And we're not done yet. We're getting even stronger. Level 7 for Jeff. 1 extra point in IQ, so we might be able to fix something new the moment we sleep again. So, with that out of the way, it's time to open our next present, which has a hamburger. And that is something we don't need, so let's move on. Ooh, thank you, green swirl. It's actually pretty hard to see that with some enemies. Some enemies don't really show which way they're facing, like these attack slugs, because of them being so small. And therefore getting a green swirl is not per se easy with these guys. Oh, level 8 already. Leveling up goes really fast. I was planning on being at least level 10 the moment we get out of this area. And we are already at level 8, so we're doing fine. And we're still not out of here, so... Well, this room is kind of empty otherwise, so not a whole lot of experience points extra here. But we still have another room. Oh, mushrooms. Mushrooms are a thing here too. But these are a little bit different ones, I'm pretty sure. Strutting evil mushrooms. So be careful for getting mushroomized again. We don't have any magic against them, so... Oh, and we can one-shot them. That's a pretty nice thing. I don't want any cookies. Go away. Okay, that is very fortunate that we can take these guys out in 1 hit already. At level 8. Downside is the fact that we're at full inventory again. I'm kind of tempted to just throw the pop gun away. However, that is a waste of money, I feel, so let's just use a healing item instead. We're going to want to pick this item up because of it. Let's get rid of you first. Once again, I get stupid cookies I don't want. This present I want. Because my notes say it's important. Cheap bracelet. Very important. Because it is something we can equip on our arms. Increasing our defense even more. From 17 to 22. And please don't look at the left side of the screen. There's nothing you saw there. We'll be talking about that in a minute. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Oh, but for some reason we only engage 1. Weird. Usually whenever enemies are this close by, they always walk into the battle. For some reason that second mushroom didn't. Weird. Ooh, and here we have level 9. Almost at the point where we want to be. Let's ignore you. There's another 2 of them. Don't want. This I actually want. However, we're once again full on inventory, so let's just get rid of it. Don't know what else to do. And here we find a bottle rocket. And that's something we can actually use. But not on you guys. You guys are not worth it. Let's just get rid of you normally. In order to continue, you might notice there's a rope. However, in such a position that we can't use it. You do realize we have somebody with us who can fly. If we make use of the bubble monkey here, the fact that he can actually float upward with his bubblegum, and that is our way to get the rope down and therefore continue. Tessie is not the only reason this monkey is required. For this place we also need him. Thank you, my floating friend. Now let's get the rope down so we can move on. You're definitely helping. You've earned every single piece of bubblegum we've given you so far. One more battle to do. And now, let's go do the next Your Sanctuary location, because that is apparently what this place also is. Only Treecks can absorb the power of this place. Yeah, that would have been too easy. We actually need Ness here. Only then we can actually clear Your Sanctuary locations. Ooh, it's a lady monkey. Ooh, now she is my type. I think I'll ask her for a date. And he's gone. And that's the game's way of saying, yeah, from this point on you don't need the monkey anymore. He's going to go away. And this is his excuse to actually do it. He's chasing a girlfriend. And therefore he is gone. And what is also gone is this video. Because I see time is up. I think reaching Stonehenge, and therefore the next area here in Winters, is enough. Jeff's adventure is going a pretty far way, and it's almost over. Next time will be the climax of this little side adventure. And hopefully we're able to save Ness and Paula and join their party. Become an unstoppable trio. Well, that is going to be next time. Thank you all for watching. See you folks in the next episode, and Treecks out!